Welcome and what is up there, everybody? This is Casper with Casper Crypto, and today we've got some huge news about Dogecoin. This stuff is mind-blowing, and I hope we can get this corrected very soon, because this news could be really bad if it continues. So before we get into the video, I'd really appreciate you guys could smash that like button down below and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys have not yet. I'd really appreciate it a ton. And let's get started. Alright, so if we take a look at Dogecoin right now, we're currently sitting at around 28.7 cents. We're down about 7% on the day, which isn't looking too good. The market cap is sitting at around 37 billion. I remember just a few days ago it was near 50 billion. So we've been taking a pretty big drop recently. As you can see, especially today, this morning, just a major sell-off is going on. But there's actually some more important stuff that you need to pay attention to that I'm going to be showing you. And one of those things is that the entire market is down. So it's not time to panic and to go and be like, it's over for Dogecoin. Dogecoin is going to zero. It's not. Relax. It's down because the whole market is down. I think that Dogecoin is here to stay. That's my personal opinion. I think there's way too much support for Dogecoin right now for it to just disappear, right? But of course, this isn't financial advice. These are just educational entertainment purposes only. But if we take a look at Dogecoin, it's down about 6.8%. And if we compare it to the rest of the market, it's not even doing too bad. Like if we take a look at Polkadot, it's down worse. Uniswap, it's down worse. Solana, down worse. Chainlink, etc, etc, etc. So there's nothing to really worry about that it's over for Dogecoin. It's just following the general market, right? That's one thing I want you guys to pay attention to. Another thing I'd like you guys to pay attention to is that, hey, we still got a lot of good news that are just coming out, like what we mentioned in yesterday's video about Elon Musk, SpaceX, sending space art to the moon and selling it through Dogecoin. This is going to provide a lot of support. I'm not sure the exact date that this is happening, but once this happens, there's going to be a lot of support for Dogecoin, and I wouldn't be surprised if the price continue to rise once this announcement actually happens. So these are some good news that are coming, especially the fact that this space art is supposed to be NFTs that are sold via Dogecoin, meaning that, hey, we're moving into smart contracts with Dogecoin, which is huge, great news. It's not just going to be a currency, it's also going to have the capabilities of smart contracts, Dogecoin. So that's absolutely mind-blowing. So many good news. We got support from SpaceX and Elon Musk. We got smart contracts coming over to Dogecoin, which I don't know if you guys noticed how big of a deal that is. And then right here, we've also seen that the whole entire market is basically dropping as well. So it's not too bad. But there is one main bad thing that I need you guys to take a look at. And this stuff could affect how the price of Dogecoin will be moving in the next few days and even in the next few hours. So if we take a look right now, we can see that Dogecoin is currently at around 28.7 cents, just like we checked out before. But there's one major thing going on. We can see that this head and shoulders pattern that we've been forming since about April 15th, which has been going on for months already. Alright, that's a pretty bad drawing. Here, let me draw it a little bit nicer. Alright, so this is the head and shoulders that's been going on since April 15th, is now looking like what's happening right here. We broke below the neckline of the head and shoulders, and the head and shoulders neckline is right around here. And those who are familiar with technical analysis, let me simplify it for you guys to make it nice and simple. Basically what the neckline is if the stock breaks or the crypto breaks below the neckline, there's a high probability that's going to go crashing down. Similar to how it had a rise up here, it could have a drop down here of a similar size. So when we have a head and shoulders pattern, there's like a 70-80% chance that this pattern could end up fulfilling. And right now what it looks like is that we actually broke below the neckline, and we broke below it pretty decisively, and we have had a little bit of a volume actually pick up that it's actually now visible in the charts. If we take a look at the 30-minute charts, we can see that the volume actually is pretty visible. As you can see, we did have a major drop off. We did have a pretty decent spike of volume. It's not as big as I would expect, so it's not like terrible. We're not crashing. We're not going to go down to 20-cent Dogecoin in the next few hours, but I think that we could be seeing a steady decline, because this still might not be the worst. Because if this is the amount of volume that's happening right now, compare it to, here, let's go back to about the 4-hour charts. Let's compare this volume to about right around here when it was dropping from its highs back from the SNL days, right? All right, let's see. We didn't have that much. We had a lot of green volume. But let's take a look at the drop from SNL, right? This was a major drop. Look at this candlestick of volume, this red candlestick of selling pressure, right? Compare that to the current candlestick we're at right now. So we still aren't moving too much compared to the previous days of Dogecoin back in the beginning of May when Elon Musk went on SNL. So this could be a sign that, hey, either this sell-off isn't going to be that major, like there's not a lot of people and not a lot of volume behind it, so it could just bounce back up, or it could also signal that, hey, this could just be the beginning and we still have a long way to go downwards. Which I hopefully don't think is going to happen, but you just need to consider it as a possibility. And I've been talking to you guys about this head and shoulders pattern for the last few weeks already, that you need to take a look at it and keep watching this to make sure you can adjust your positions based on what happens with it. And yeah, that's basically what I wanted to mention, along with this Fibonacci retracement, because this is going to show you guys where we could end up stopping in terms of Dogecoin price and where would be a good buying opportunity. So it's a good thing not to miss, because you could be like, hey, Dogecoin's going to crash, but where's it going to crash to? You don't want to buy it when it just starts crashing and it crashes down like 50% lower. Nuh-uh. You want to get down on the lowest price and buy it up in there, right? So if we use this Fibonacci retracement right here that I drew, we can see that it almost perfectly timed every single movement right here. You can see that it uses 0.618 line as a support here, 0.5 line as a resistance, and we use the 1 line right here as support multiple times, and then the 0.78. So it's been pretty accurate so far, and that's the reason why I actually consider using it, because sometimes it's not very accurate and I just don't use it, because if it's not accurate, then it's probably not going to be accurate in the future, right? So currently what's going on is we broke below the 1 level right here, and we broke below it pretty decisively. See this big red candle? So what could happen next is we could be heading to the 1.68 level, which would mean that Dogecoin would be right around the 23 cent area, 22.5, 23 cent area. So what could end up happening is we could see a pretty major move. We could see some consolidation, but eventually some, wow, that was a little bit of a too curvy line. But yeah, we could see some movement downwards until around here, which we could identify as some support. And then from here, we could end up making our way back up to around this level of the 1 or 31 cent level, which would be a pretty massive gain. If you're able to buy in at like the 23 cent level and we rise up to over 30 cents, that would be almost a 50% return. And this could end up happening just within the span of maybe a few weeks, like 2-3 weeks. But that's just one possibility that could end up happening. Another thing that we need to pay attention to and we need to consider as a possibility, which I hopefully think will not happen, but you always need to be ready for the worst. But yeah, the worst that could happen is probably we could see a drop down here, maybe some consolidation. Some people might be thinking, oh, this is the time we're bouncing back up. But then we could see a further drop all the way down to this Fibonacci level of 2.618, which would mean that Dogecoin would be right around the price level of 9 to 10 cents. 9 to 10 cents for Dogecoin. Alright, so take that as you wish, like if that's bad or if that's good. But in my opinion, that's a good thing and a bad thing. I would be personally buying up with all my cash. It's not financial advice, it's just what I'd personally be doing, alright? Please don't listen to this and do your own research and do actions based on your own thoughts. But I would be buying up tons of Dogecoin if we drop down to around the 9 to 10 cent levels, because I have a 98% conviction myself that we're still going to see a $1 Dogecoin by the end of this year. So that means we could still see a 10x return. So if you put in, I don't know, 3 grand, you're going to see 30 grand if we go to $1. Or if we put in 5 grand, you're going to see 50 grand if we put in if we go to $1. So these are the types of movements that I could expect to happen with Dogecoin. But there's also that one possibility that, hey, this might just be a fake out and we might just see a lot of spike of volume here, and then we might see a really quick reversal back up to about the 33, 34 cent levels. So you need to pay attention to what's going on and see if we break these key levels right here, where the next stops we could be, that we could start seeing a bounce back up. And that's what I'd like you guys to take a look at. Make sure to do your own research, of course, and do your own due diligence, but these are just my personal thoughts and opinions. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.